Hey everybody, welcome. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes because I've been getting some messages that people are hopping on, and I'm going to start live streaming on Facebook as well. Okay, so we are officially live streaming on both YouTube and Facebook, and I'm really excited to share with all of you tonight more about my story. But before I do that, like I said, I'm going to give it a couple more minutes for people to hop on here and see what this is all about. I've done these in the past, and if I'm being honest, I tried to be more organized. I had slides, I did a screen share, and it was a total disaster. So for me, this is the way to do it. I just wing it. I speak from my own experience. I share my story. So I hope that works for you guys. You're not going to be getting any PowerPoint presentation. You don't have to take out a notebook and a pen. That's not what I'm about when I do these kinds of things. I just like to share me, what has worked for me, how I think it can work for you, and how I like to help other people make it work for them. So it's officially 8:30. Give it another minute or so, and then we will hit the ground running. And before we start, I want to make sure that you guys have a good understanding about what's coming down the pipeline in this free webinar. To kick it off, I should introduce myself. My name is Elizabeth Hartke, and I am a Beachbody coach. I run my own business from home. And the purpose of this webinar is not just to share my story, although that's a big piece of it, because to me, that's what I can speak best to. It's my story, it's my journey, it's my struggles, so I can share that honestly and candidly with you guys. But I also want to answer a lot of questions I put out there into social media and different groups, wondering, what do you want to know about Beachbody coaching? What do you want to know about my journey specifically? What are your concerns, your fears? What are the things holding you back? Let's address those things. And there were some awesome questions from different people about things they were struggling with as far as taking that first step or not quite understanding how the business works. So another purpose of this call is to debunk some myths and really answer those questions in full. I want to talk to you guys about how the business works, because I know before I started, I had no clue. I also want to share a little bit how you can earn, and why I always share how this is a business that can create financial freedom, although I want to put a major disclaimer out there that it doesn't for everybody. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You can't just sign up and start making money. I've worked really hard to build my business, as have so many of the other coaches on my team and other teams. And then there are people who do nothing and go nowhere. So we'll talk a little bit about that too. And I want to share how you can succeed. What are the things you can do to ensure that you're growing your business and finding the success that I know can be so valuable in your life? And then talking about what are the possibilities? What can this actually do for you? How can this truly change your life? Like I've so many times have said, I'm not yanking your chain here. This is the real deal. This is something that has completely transformed the course of my life, my family's life, and best part, the lives of so many other people who have decided to take this journey with me, despite their fears, despite their struggles or their doubts or their questions in the beginning. This is great. We're almost up to 100 viewers. So we're going to dive right in. Like I said, my name is Elizabeth Hartke, and just to give you a little bit an idea of who I am, I'm an independent business owner. I'm a Beachbody coach. I run my business partnering with Beachbody, which is another company, and I utilize their products and services to help other people get healthy and get fit and take control of their lives. But my passion is really helping people with the business side of things, figuring out how to utilize this opportunity to totally change their future. So that's what I do. And to give you a little bit of an idea, I've been doing this for almost 4 years. Come March, it'll be 4 years. I've been full-time with it for a little over 3 years now. I used to work in corporate marketing. I was a manager in corporate marketing, and I'll kind of touch on that a little bit. But in a nutshell, I was so unfulfilled in what I was doing. I didn't believe in what I was doing. I wasn't happy. I was totally settling, following the trend of what society says I should do, get that 4-year degree, then go into corporate, and then try and work my way up that corporate ladder slowly but surely, making enough money to live and with a little bit of cushion, but nothing that is super fulfilling or anything that I wanted to do with my purpose or my life. At this point, I'm in the top 0.001% of the company, and that's been built over a couple of years, and none of it's been rocket science. My passion, like I said, is helping other people succeed, and the blessing of coaching is that the more people that you help to achieve their goals, the more you achieve your own. I've been a 2-time elite coach. My rank has grown. I have over 5,000 coaches on my team, and none of that means anything to people who don't know about coaching. So let me tell you a little bit about who I am beyond just those stats, because to me that means nothing. I am a wife to my incredible husband, Michael. I am a mom, a new mom, as of 8 months ago, to our amazing son, Jack Wilbur. He is the light of our lives. And I'm a mentor to a lot of different coaches that come into this business and say, I have no idea how to do this. I have a lot of doubts. I have no idea where to begin, but here's what I do know. I know that I want more with my life. Can you show me how to use this to make it happen? And that's what I do. And that's why I'm here tonight, just to share more about how that's possible and how paint a picture for how perhaps you could do that for yourself. So I started with Beachbody not as a coach. I had no idea there was a coaching opportunity. I was actually post-college. I had several knee surgeries, just was in a really lousy place working in that sedentary job. I had gained a lot of weight. I wasn't feeling very confident in myself. I didn't feel healthy. I had very low energy. I was like totally addicted to caffeine. And I needed to lose weight, and I needed to do it the right way. So I found Shakeology first and foremost. Like I said, no clue there was any business attached to it. So I just committed to Shakeology, and after much skepticism about that too, I'm the ever skeptic. So I did a lot of research. It was whole food nutrition, a way for me to get healthy for the long term versus taking the shortcuts I'd taken in the past. So committed to that. My first program was P90X. I lost over 50 pounds. And that was the first step. I was at the very least a believer in the products. And I remember my coach, who I didn't know at the time, but he's been my mentor through this process and now one of our closest friends. I remember he connected with me and said, hey, there's this coaching opportunity. You're doing really great with the programs. I cut him off before he could even keep going. I was a coach's nightmare. I was like, listen, buddy, I don't know you from a hole in the wall. I'm not interested in your scam or your scheme. Keep it to yourself. Move on, not for me. And I was so adamant that my horrible job that I hated so much as I buried myself in my cubicle and my work that I had no passion for was better than whatever he was trying to offer me. And then I remember I had to ask him a question about my order for Shakeology, and I sent him an email, and it was on the weekend or maybe a weekday, actually. It was a Monday. And I said, hey, Keith, I just had a question about my order. And he responded pretty quickly and just said, hey, you caught me right before I'm leaving the house. I'm going to have to get back to you tomorrow because today is a day for my family. I promised my daughters and my wife I was going to take them out. We're going on a hike, and I hope you can respect that, but I'm going to have to get back to you. And it clicked. I was like, I got to learn more about this business opportunity, because what is this guy doing that on a Monday he's just out focusing on what matters in life? Like, that's what I want. So that was kind of the spark that interested me enough to at least open my skeptical mind to learning what this is all about. And that's what I want to do tonight, is give you the chance to learn what this is about, so that if it is the right thing for you, you're not judging it or turning it away, not actually knowing what it could be for you. If you hear all the stuff that I share and you're like, this is not for me, it's not for you. That's okay. But you're doing the right thing, at least learning what it could be. So I was the professional daydreamer. I would sit in my cubicle and I would dream about how I wanted to be an entrepreneur and run my own business. And I was actually at the point before Beachbody came along where I was drafting up business plans. I was looking into taking out loans to start a business. More loans after 4 years of a private school, really smart move. So I would daydream about what it would be like to have that freedom in my life. But at the same time, I had accepted my life for what it was. I was totally settled in corporate. Even though I was really unhappy, I thought, okay, this is how it goes. I'm going to do this for the next 40 or 50 years. I'll eventually retire when I'm too old to do anything I enjoy. And that's life. I'll live for the weekends and my occasional vacation, and that's it. And then this beautiful gift, perfectly wrapped, was given to me, the Beachbody opportunity. It was everything I was looking for without the risk, without the loans, without the chance of totally imploding because I had no clue what I was doing, because I had the resources given to me. I had the mentorship. I had everything I needed right at my fingertips in this incredible opportunity. So it was time for me to kind of take those steps to learning more. And all it was in the beginning was just sharing my journey, my weight loss journey, my belief in the products, how much better I was feeling. And slowly but surely, it started to spiral into something that was actually providing income for me, even though it was small in the beginning. I didn't have a big network. I had never used social media to share. And like I said, I was really skeptical about it. So I just started working on myself, trying to grow my level of belief, grow my confidence, and learning more about the business as I went. But all the things that I threw out to my coach before, when he tried to get me to sign up and I was not very nice about it, I had every reason that I could rattle off why this wasn't for me. I'm not into sales. I don't want a part of your pyramid scheme. I have a 4-year degree. I don't need this. I don't have the time. It's too good to be true. I didn't come in early enough into the business. You're just lucky because you came in early. I'm not really that passionate about fitness or nutrition, which, by the way, is true still to this day, and I'll explain more about that. I don't use social media. At that point, I had literally never even put up a status update on Facebook. I was not interested in sharing my life with the world. I have a really small network. I'm from a small town. I won't be very good at it. I just kept going through the list. And it's funny, when I put out there asking people, hey, what are your questions about this? What are your concerns? What do you want to learn more about? What are your struggles with considering taking that first step? I asked them that question, and the questions they came back to me with were actually a lot of the things that I struggled with before I started. So I wanted to kind of touch upon some of those concerns, or to me, what some of them are myths, and debunk them a little bit for you so that you can have a better understanding. Because for me, I was so ignorant and I had no clue what this was actually about. And I had a lot of assumptions based on the wrong things. Don't mind my giant 42-ounce water. So the first one that I hear a lot, and I really love this one, is, well, it's a pyramid scheme. Okay, so this is what I learned in my own research and talking to different people and just Googling what this is about. A pyramid scheme, first and foremost, is illegal in this country. So I'm proud to say that I'm not operating any illegal business. Beachbody and multi-level marketing, it's not a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is something where the person at the top, the people who come in early, like I had mentioned before, one of my other concerns, they're always going to be at the top. And anyone that comes in after them will not only have a piece of what they earn taken out by those people at the top, so they will always make less, but they can never supersede the people who brought them in, or the ones that introduced them to this opportunity. So that's not how this works at all. I'm an independent business owner. Even though my coach came before me and is technically in the structure of things above me, I can out-earn him, I can outrank him. There are people who have come in after me that earn more than me, that have rank advanced further than me, just as I have done the same to people who came in before me. So just to debunk that myth, this is by no stretch of the imagination a pyramid scheme. Honestly, when I think more of that pyramid structure, I think of corporate. The CEO, no one's making more than him, and they're all the levels beneath it, and it's very structured, and people know where they stand in that system. So that myth is hopefully debunked for you, and feel free to look more into it yourself. You don't have to take anything I say at face value. I'll put it out there and you can go research it on your own. And I recommend you do that. That's what I did that made me really confident in my decision to pursue this further. The other thing that I thought at the time, and I can totally relate to this mindset, is, well, I already, I'm on Facebook. I see a bunch of other people that are Beachbody coaches. The market's oversaturated. I won't get anywhere with this. There are already a couple people from my town or that went to my school that coach. And so there's no need for me to do it. There's no way I can succeed. That is one of the biggest misconceptions about how this business works. And I really want to explain to you how that's not the case. When I introduced myself at the beginning of this webinar, you may have noticed that I said that I'm an independent business owner. I run my own business and I partner with Beachbody to utilize their products and services to help more people. I am not just a Beachbody coach. I'm Elizabeth Hartke. That's my business. I'm my brand. I'm helping people based on my own experiences in my life, my struggles, my knowledge, my expertise, not Beachbody. Beachbody is the product. And yes, we might all share and sell the same product as coaches. However, people come to me who relate to me and my story, just the same as people will go to you who relate to you and your story, and they'll never be the same because no two people have that same unique story. So I help people craft that story and really learn how to share it in a way that's unique to them. But I want to assure you that, I have a team of over 5,000 coaches at this point, and none of us compete. And many of us are from the same area. That's just not how this works. There are hundreds of millions of people out there who don't even know what Beachbody is, who need help getting healthy, who need a business opportunity, who need to improve their lives or their finances or find fulfillment or whatever it is. And we haven't gotten to them yet. So that oversaturated garbage is just that. It's garbage. It's a common misconception, and I'm here to tell you that's not how this works. Beachbody is a platform for you to incorporate what your passions are, your unique experiences, your story into it so that you can live out your dreams based on who you are, not just you're a Beachbody coach, you fit into this mold and you compete with every other Beachbody coach. I don't have time. Okay, guys, so when I started this business, like I said, I was working in corporate full time and I had insanely limited time. I had a very long commute. And I remember telling Keith, my coach, my mentor, okay, once I was finally willing to listen to him and start working towards this, I remember telling him, I don't have a lot of time. So you have to tell me how I can build this thing so that it's worth my while with maybe an hour a day. And he taught me how to be efficient and effective in building relationships, helping people, and utilizing that time really wisely. I built this to something where I was able to replace my corporate income and leave to do this full time. And I built that all part-time. And truthfully, the more I did it, the more time I would find, I became so passionate about it. I saw how many people were being helped through this opportunity. And I loved that I could put my own stamp on it and put my passions into it, that I would sneak a few extra minutes on my lunch break, or I would get up a little bit earlier, go to bed a little bit later. But I built this all part-time. And as you grow, it kind of makes sense that you find more time. Excuse me. To build it more. But, I'm a stay-at-home mom with a new baby. I get the no time thing. But if you really want this and you want this to change your life, you don't need a ton of time. It's just how you use that time. And that's what I'm here for. And the resources are there for to teach you how to do that. As I choke to death. Okay, one that I can totally relate to when people tell me, yeah, but I'm not that into fitness or nutrition. I'm like, me neither. I just think it's important. I think being healthy is often the first step in regaining that confidence and taking positive steps in your life, but I'm by no stretch of the imagination passionate about fitness and or nutrition. I'm not a nutritionist. I don't have any degrees in that department. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm very regularly falling in and out of shape. That's not what this is about. That's kind of the ground level. That's like how you get introduced to people. That's how you help people take the first steps. But like I said, this is about helping people. This is about helping people make positive changes in their lives and move towards something greater to live their purpose. It's not about just health and fitness and nutrition. And if you are passionate about fitness and nutrition, that's part of your personal stamp on this, and own it and help more people with that. That can be your thing. It's not my thing. And I know for sure that it doesn't have to be your thing. I've gotten this far in this business without ever being passionate about fitness or nutrition. And for the record, when I started, I was overweight. You do not have to be at your goal weight or your perfect self to get started as a coach. If you care about people, if you care about living a better life, you can start as a coach. It's that simple. And like I said, you're not supposed to know what the heck you're doing when you get started. That's what your upline's for. That's what the team is for. That's what the resources are for. You learn as you go. I've made so many epic mistakes throughout this process that has been my greatest teacher. Every time I make a terrible mistake, I fall flat on my face, I get back up and I know what to do different the next time. And another major question that came back was, well, more of a comment or concern is, I'm not into sales, like that's not my thing. Okay, good. Then I want you on my team, because I don't know how to teach you how to be a salesperson. I know how to teach you how to choke to death while you're doing a webinar. Hold on. Sorry, guys. So people who come into this and say, I'm going to sell. This is about pushing product on people and making a quick buck. I'm not interested in working with you, no offense. I don't know how to teach you. I don't know how to help you. I don't know how to keep you motivated, because you're going to burn out. That's not what this is about. When people who come in with the mindset like, I'm not into sales, I just want to help people, I want to build something that I believe in, I want to create a better life for myself and my family, those are the people that I want to work with, because the income and the sales comes naturally when you just learn how to share your journey and become better as you go. Okay, so those are some of the myths. I hope that helps give you a little bit of a better understanding of what Beachbody is not. So what is a coach? What is Beachbody? How does this work? I think there are a lot of misconceptions associated with coaching. And truthfully, I think it's because there are a lot of people out there who do it wrong. They do push product. They do make this about sales. They are really obnoxious on social media, posting links and stock photos and all the things that, I try to teach the team not to do. So yeah, there are always bad apples in the bunch, same thing with lawyers or teachers or anything else. You can't let the ones who do it wrong spoil it for the ones who are doing it right. And I told you that you don't have to be a fitness junkie or a nutritionist or into sales or at your perfect weight. So we addressed all those things. But really, a coach is someone who looks at they come in a few different, literally, shapes and sizes. Maybe someone comes and says, I just need to work on my health. And being a coach, that's going to hold me accountable, and I'll be able to help other people, and we'll just see where this thing goes. And then other people come in and say, oh my gosh, I was made for something more in my life. I'm sick of settling. I hate my job. I want to be home with my kids. I want to pay off my debts. I don't want to take out any more loans. I want to buy my dream home. I want to be able to give back. I want to be able to travel the world, whatever it is. Maybe they just want to be fulfilled. And they say, I need to create something that allows me to do that. I want to be better. I want to do more. I want to be more. And I want to help more people do that too. Maybe that's why someone gets started with coaching. But this is about working on yourself, whether it be externally with the health side of it, or internally with the personal growth and personal development that happens naturally when you step into this kind of role, and then sharing that journey. And the sharing part can be a little scary, I'll admit that. But that's something that we guide you through and teach you how to do in a way that fits you and who you are and your passions. And then I told you, this business is so malleable. It's not about fitting into the Beachbody mold. It's really about getting out of a mold and making this your own. This is your business. I'll give you an example. I have a coach on my team who's a photographer, and that is totally her passion. She's tied that so beautifully into her business and helped her business grow through her passion for photography, not about fitness, not about nutrition, through photography. I have someone else who totally is all about charity, giving back, helping more people. This has become her platform to do that. For me, I remember being a little girl, so self-conscious, so insecure, to the point where like I would be at a family function and a family member, an aunt, uncle, someone would ask me a question, and if it was a room of 5 people, I could hardly answer because I was so afraid of what people would think or coming up with the wrong answer. It was a terrible way to live. But I also remember as a kid getting lost in my daydreams of being on a stage, speaking, inspiring and influencing people to pursue their dreams and their passions. And I always wanted to do that despite it being my biggest fear. Go figure. God works in funny ways. And this has been my platform to do that. Just this past summer, I spoke at an event over 30,000 people. The room had almost 10,000 people in it. And I was able to share my journey of how I went from that girl who couldn't even speak up in her own family's house to being someone who's sharing their journey of how they've been able to utilize this vehicle to not only conquer all of my own dreams, but to pay that forward and teach other people how to do that too. What a gift. I've been able to tie my passion for writing and helping others all into this platform. And it's opened so many more doors for me. And so many things that I've dreamed of doing have come to life because of this opportunity. All because I said yes in the beginning when I had no network, no team, no money to spend, no time to spend. And it just came to be because I believed in it. And I took each step one at a time to grow this thing. So if you like helping people or mentoring people, or you're a go-getter, or you want to be a go-getter, or you're self-motivated, or you want bigger things for your life, and you want to dream bigger and do more and stop settling, this is for you. I know that's a broad answer, but that's the truth. Because if you look at the spectrum of coaches who are successful in this business, they run the gamut. Some of them still work in their full-time jobs despite making 6 figures. Some of them were high school dropouts. Some of them are single moms. Some are in the military. Every single walk of life you could imagine can utilize this platform because you can put your own stamp on it. So how do you do it? How do you make it happen? I told you you're not expected to know what you're doing. When you come into this business, you are given the opportunity to utilize your resources. And I have to be honest with you. I have plenty of people who connect with me and say, I want to be, a 6-figure earner next year, and I want to rock this business, and I want to take control of my life. And then they never even answer my first email. I'm not your boss. I'm not your manager. I don't dictate where you go with this. This is your business. I'm simply a resource, a mentor, and I give you resources. But you dictate where this goes. You dictate the speed and the goals and the time frame and the successes you have. And you have everything at your fingertips to make that happen. So not everyone comes into this and is a rock star, because some people just don't do the work. They don't do anything. And that's fine. Whatever you want to do with it is your thing. It's just that this is a huge opportunity, and you have the chance to make it something that really can change your life. And I walk people through how to share this opportunity without being salesy or pushy, because that turns me. I've blocked Beachbody coaches on Facebook because I'm like, they're doing it all wrong. I want nothing to do with that. And we work a lot on goal setting, and it's not just business goals. It's not just, I want to earn this much by this time, or I want to rank advance, or I want to earn this free trip to the Caribbean. It's not just those goals are important. They're benchmarks. But it's like, okay, let's look at where your life is and where you want to take your life. What is it that you don't like right now and that you would like? The things that like you've been avoiding dreaming about because they feel kind of impossible. Let's talk about those things. Let's talk about what connects to your heartstrings, and let's make that happen. When you come into this, you can't just set goals. You have to have a reason. You have to have a reason for doing this, and it can be anything. For me, it was really simple in the beginning. My why, my reason for breathing as a Beachbody coach was to get the heck out of the toxic, soul-sucking job that I was in. I was so unhappy, so unfulfilled, and I felt like I was drowning. So it was simple. I had to quantify that. I had to know how much money I needed to make as a Beachbody coach in order to leave that job, and that drove me. The days I was exhausted, I would still get up before the sun came up because I wanted this so bad. I work with some coaches, and it's about paying off their debt. They feel like they're drowning because they're just hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt from college or whatever it might be, and they want so badly to get out from under it. And that's driving them every day, even when it's hard, even when they get no's, even when they don't know what they're doing or they've failed, they keep pushing. So whatever it is for you, being home with your kids, the things that you just never even thought that way, because it's like, that's not what society says. That's not how this works. You can have it, you can make it happen, and I can teach you how to utilize this opportunity to do that. And we go over how to speak to the products. All that stuff is secondary. That's the easy stuff. The tough part is the belief in your dream, the belief in your why, your reason for doing this. And then the rest of it just falls into place. If you're genuine and you have integrity and you believe in what you're doing, there's no reason that you can't find ultimate success as a coach. So why bother coaching? You know, there are plenty of other business opportunities out there. Well, I can tell you that as a Beachbody coach, there are quite a few opportunities that you don't get in other career paths. One of them is freedom of time. So I was able to build this to a point where I was able to leave corporate, but then it got to a point after a few years, and I had a goal that by the time I had a baby, that I'd be home, and I achieved that goal way sooner than I thought I would. But more than that, I was like, oh, what would it be like if I were just kind of totally checked out for like 3 or 4 months? And in those the last month of my pregnancy and at least the first 3 months of my son Jack's after he was born, I was able to just take that time and be with my family and cherish it. And those little moments that I'll never get back with him, I have them all ingrained in my memory and on my heart because I was there for it. Thank God I was there for it. And more than that, when I came back after that form, I mean, I wasn't totally checked out. I still can go on my computer and, look at how things are going. My business grew over 150% in those 4 months because the way you can grow it, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about how you can earn, after time, it becomes this residual exponential growth. So freedom is unbelievable. I can work from anywhere. As long as I have an internet connection, I'm good to go. So we travel all the time. My husband's family lives far away in the Midwest, so we go see them all the time. We go on vacations. We go on different trips. We love to travel, and we take our son with us, and it's amazing. It's such a gift. Also, the sense of community. I'm a little biased, but I'm so in love with my team. Their passion, the way that they are committed to not just themselves, but the people that they've committed to help. Everyone lifts each other up. You know how we talked in the beginning about, that competition or the oversaturated market. This team Drop the Cookie, is just living proof that that's not how this works, because their main goal is to help one another. And it transcends just business. They're there to help each other through life's toughest struggles. The income potential, I talked to you about that. I'm now almost 4 years, and I'm earning just over 11 times what I was earning in my corporate marketing position. 11 times. Now, I can confidently say that I would have never in my entire life earned even half of that. And that's what I earn. And it's growing still exponentially. It's projected to over double in the next year. So the income potential is like no other business. And I've told you, this is not guaranteed to everybody. I've built this. It's not because of when I came into the business. It's not because I had this huge network. It's not because of any special gifts that I had. It's just because I utilized my resources, I believed in my mission, and I was consistent. And I think one of the best gifts is how I've grown as a person. I told you I was really insecure. I told you I struggled with confidence. I told you that I tiptoed around people because I was afraid of judgment or what they may think. And I've been able to work through that and grow. And that's helped me as a wife and as a mom and as a daughter and as a friend and as a mentor and a leader, all those things. It's been accountability for me in my health journey. It's opened up other opportunities. It's given me purpose. We've gone on so many free trips with this company. That's just a perk, but I love travel. So when someone tells me, hey, you want to go to Disney World for free for you and your husband? I'm like, yep, sign me up. Or you want to go to Mexico or the Bahamas or any of, like, we get free trips all the time. So to me, that's an incentive. That's a reason. The more people you help, the more likely you are to get these trips. So quickly to go over how you earn, because I know that's what a lot of people like to know. It's two-part, and I'm not going to go into all the detail because we'll be here all night and your head will be spinning. But essentially, to break it down and really simplify it, you can earn commissions by sharing and selling the products with people. That's simple. That's, pretty basic. Anywhere from 25 all the way upwards of 75%, depending on what you're sharing or selling. And that can be residual because when things ship monthly, you're earning that income and you're helping those people through the programs. But the long-term lucrative growth is helping other people achieve their goals, growing a team of hardworking leaders who want to change their own lives and help other people change theirs. And that's my passion. I told you, when someone comes in, it's not just like, hey, here's how you make a quick buck and sell some product. This is about what are your goals? How can we work towards those together? So that's where 99% of my income is at this point. And it's just continuing to grow to the point into 5 figures a week. And to me, that's just mind blowing to even think or say. It just seems so insane to me because I'm doing what I love. I'm doing it part-time and I believe so fully in what I'm doing. I feel fulfilled. I'm following my purpose. I'm incorporating my passions. I'm taking time off. I'm traveling. I'm doing all the things that I've always wanted to do. I'm debt-free. I have financial freedom and the ability to help so many people and touch so many lives in ways that I never could have before. And it's all doing this business from home, helping people get healthy, helping people get fit, helping people pursue their dreams and their goals. And, that's just such a gift to me. I still pinch myself and it's such a blessing. So there is residual growth in that. And that's where I was able to take that time off and my business grew so significantly, is because once you get your business to a certain point, it can kind of continue to grow a little bit without you. And that doesn't happen in the beginning. That's not how it works. You don't sign up and start earning all this income. Sometimes your efforts in the beginning don't necessarily match the income that you get at that time. It's the compound effect. What you do over time compounds, and then it really takes off. And then it really blows your mind, and you can't believe that you ever considered not doing this in the first place. And, it's a gift. My husband still works in corporate. He doesn't need to, and he probably won't be for very long. And those are some things that you'll have to stay tuned to see what's going on with our family. But unbelievable. It's just, we could have never had that freedom, the ability to be home and raise our family and be able to volunteer our time and see the people we love. It's just so humbling to be given a gift like that. And it's crazy to me to not pay that forward. I feel so obligated to do things like this where I say, hey, I almost said no. I almost said no because I judged it. I didn't know what it was. I was ignorant. I had no clue. I almost said no. I almost stayed the rest of my life in that stupid cubicle or jumping from job to job, trying to find satisfaction and self-worth. And now I have this. I have to share that with people. If you want to say no to it, that's your prerogative. I did my part, and I hope you let me help you. But if not, I know that, I can sleep at night knowing that I'm not keeping this incredible opportunity for myself. As far as how to get started, a lot of people, that was one of the questions people asked. It's really simple. Whoever brought you to this call, whether it was me or another coach, connect with them. You just kind of make a decision as to how you want to get started on your health journey. There's really no risk to you there. And you choose your path and you literally, once you give your information and they get you set up, you have access to all the resources and you're good to go. You're a coach. So it's not a crazy process. You don't have to buy all this product, thousands of dollars of stuff to sell it. Everything's worked out through the business. So for example, if someone wants to buy something through me, I don't have it in stock at my house. They go to my link, Beachbody ships it to them. They deal with all that tricky stuff that I'm not interested in doing, and I get the commission. So getting started is very, very simple. And why now? Because later never comes. I've said so many times in my life, I'll do it later, and it's just never happened. So here's how I look at it. If you want your life to be different, you have to do something different. This can be the platform that you would utilize to make your dreams a reality, but it has to be, your decision. And I wish I started sooner. That's just how I feel. Once you get into it, it's like, gosh, I'm so in love with this. I wish I hadn't wasted even more time on a career path that I wasn't passionate about. There's a quote that I love, Jim Rohn. He's someone that I recommend you guys read if you do end up interested in working this business. And he says, it's not the blowing of the wind that determines your destination. It's the setting of the sails. It's on us. We can't let our circumstances constantly dictate our happiness or our joy or our successes or our future. I mean, we can let that happen. We can let the wind blow us in whatever direction it chooses to blow us, or we can set our sails. So despite the circumstances, despite the lack of money, despite the lack of time, despite the lack of belief, we can do it anyway because we're setting our sails so that we're moving towards the destined port that we want in our life. We're setting ourselves up for that success. And I have to tell you, if after all of this is not for you, that's fine. Please, by all means, just go pursue whatever it is that is for you. Don't settle. That's what this is about for me. If you don't decide to get started with us and join our team and utilize our resources, that's okay. But my hope for you is that you find something that is right for you. And that if you're unhappy with something in your life, whether it be your career path or your lack of time or your financial stresses, do something about it. I'm just saying I have this beautifully wrapped way of making it happen, and I would be honored to mentor you through that. But if it's not me, if it's not this opportunity, find the thing that is for you and go after it and fight for it, because you deserve the life that you daydream about. You deserve to live your purpose, because we have one shot in our lives to get it right. You can't waste that. So just before we close, if you are interested in getting started, or if you have a bunch of questions or you want to connect about that, please don't hesitate in reaching out to me, Elizabeth Hartke. You can find me on Facebook. I operate most of my business through my like page. So if you come over there and like it, you can get the notifications and different information on running your business or other things that I try to offer value to people for. So that would just be facebook.com/Elizabeth Hartke, Hartke. And you can also email me at elizgemmell, ELIZGEMMELL @dropthecookie.com. And if you just kind of want to surf around and figure out a little bit more on your own, I have a website, and it's just dropthecookie.com. I am more than happy to help anybody. I am always excited to connect with go-getters or people that want to turn their life around or make a change in their life. And I really hope I get the chance to work with you in some capacity. And if someone else brought you to this webinar, please connect with them and let them guide you, because they're going to be a tremendous resource as well. Have an incredible night, and I can't thank you enough for your time. Good night, everybody.